Hi guys, hope you are good. Hope you are well. Fish says hi fishes, but you are the only fish. Is there another fish that we don't know about? And who is this fish? And how is this fish related to you? Do you get on with this fish? Or is this a rival fish? That's what we want to know. Harry says, hello, how are you? Good. Not bad, not bad. Were you saying that you play Call of Duty 2019? Because it went on sale and I bought it again for like £5. So if you still play that, we might be able to play it. I was playing it a bit yesterday. Harry has a new video coming out soon. Interesting. What is it about? What is the topic? Is it Red Dead Redemption again, or is it something else? That is the question. I'm curious. How's it going, Romeo? Hope you are good. Hope you are well. I see Forest beat Spurs. So everyone, I mean, didn't just beat Spurs. I see Forest absolutely battered Spurs. So it looks like absolutely everybody spanks the life out of Spurs apart from one particular team. Because if you look at that, that is away from home, number one. And number two, you can't really call that a fluke. 3-0 away from home is an absolute battering. So why can every other team spank the life out of Spurs apart from one particular team who are now... I mean, I see some people blaming it on injuries for Liverpool, and I'm like, what? Really? I know there's a few injuries here and there, but are you honestly blaming all of this on injuries? Just look at this. Forest 3, Spurs 0. I don't know, man. I don't know. Akash says, how close are Spurs to relegation? Very close. Let me see if I can get the table. Where is it? Can you see that there? So Spurs are 17th. Spurs are 17th with 30 points. I don't know if you can see it. And West Ham are 18th with 29 points. So they're just one. They're just 1 point above relegation with about 7 games to go. So we'll have to see what happens. Grace says hi. How are you? I hope there's no issues with the hat today. Fingers crossed. Have you ever did assembly in school? Yeah, we used to have assembly. I think I did an acting performance once in school, but I can't remember what it was. Yeah, install it. I've got it now. It was on Steam sale on PC for $4.99, so I had to get it. Red Dead 1, nice. Okay, looking forward to that. Grace's mom says, hi, hope you're good, Grace's mom. I hope your shift yesterday was not too exhausting, but hope Sunday is a bit more relaxing. Pixel says, top shagger. How are you? Hope you are good. I'm just complaining that literally everybody is battering Spurs, as you can see. Forest beat them 3-0 away from home. And it looks like to me absolutely everybody can beat this team apart from one particular team. But I don't know. As Akash says, the championship teams going to Spurs is going to be crazy. And what will Spurs be like if they actually end up going down? That's the thing. I mean, I presume they will not be able to retain a lot of their players that they have. They'll probably sell a few players. I mean, Van de Ven will probably go. I really wanted him until he injured Isak, and now I'm like, Richarlison will probably go. Maddison will probably go and get injured 5 minutes into his new club. So it will be Spurs, but it will be a different Spurs. And what will be the impact on their stadium? Have they paid off their stadium, or are they still paying debt on the stadium? Like, what's going to happen? Is the club even going to exist if they go down, or is that too harsh? Leighton says 2-1 Sunderland. Yeah, I saw that. You won the Tyne and Wear derby. It's pretty good result. I think you were away from home, weren't you? Yeah. You were away from home. So Gordon scored first. Equalizer in the 57th minute, and then Brian Bobby in the 19th minute. Wow. People are going to absolutely love that or hate that, depending on what side they're on. Jake says, are you going to watch Man City? Indeed. I'm currently watching... I presume this is the national anthem if Declan Rice is also joining in. I was going to say I'm currently watching somebody singing, but I've got it on mute, so yeah. They're just coming out now. Stefan says, Stefan, also known as Amanda Siegfried. Is that Amanda Siegfried? Speaking of Amanda Siegfried, have you seen her new movie called The Housemaid with Sydney Sweeney? It's a very good movie, gotta say. Stefan says, oh my God, I'm so glad you're doing this. You saved me from ITV commentary. That's why I'm here. I'm providing a service to free people from the shackles of ITV. Grace is good. Yeah, I'm not too bad. Not too bad. Can't complain. I mean, your team probably would beat Spurs, to be honest. It seems like everybody absolutely batters Spurs apart from Liverpool. There's people who are genuinely cognitively functioning, and within the same breath, they're blaming Liverpool's form on injuries, and I don't really get it. Because if you look at the last few games, Alisson's been available, Frimpong's been available, Konate has been available, Van Dijk's been available, Kirkes and Robertson have been available. So pick whichever one you want. Gravenberch has been available, McAllister's been available, Szoboszlai's been available, Wirtz has been available, Salah's been available, Gakpo's been available, unfortunately, and Ekitike has been available. I don't understand the excuse of blaming it on injuries. The only one who could have an impact to a certain degree is Isak. So how are people like blaming this on injuries? I don't get it. Because for me, it's mostly a full strength team. It's not like that season where Matip was out for the whole season and Joe Gomez was out for the whole season and Van Dijk was out for the whole season. It's not like that. So I don't get it. There's literal rational people who have convinced themselves that what they're seeing is because of injuries. You can't help some people. RG255, how you doing? Hope you are well. Pixel says Ekitike has looked better than Isak anytime in red. Yeah, I mean he has looked better than Isak's 2 games that he's played so far. But even then, I don't understand kind of people blaming this on injuries. The hole in the middle of the pitch is not because of injuries. Being unable to pass the ball 5 yards is not because of injuries. I do think Liverpool will get better when Isak's back, but Isak, it's not as if you insert Isak into this team and suddenly they get 90 points. I think people are deluding themselves. Grace say day been good. Yeah, it's been alright. It's been fairly busy. I've been playing that Pokemon game, Pokemon Shining Pearl. I think that's what it's called. It's a couple of years old, but yeah, I've been playing that. Had 2 deliveries, which was always fun. Probably did a bunch of other things, and now it's 4:30. So it's going to be depressing seeing one of these teams win a trophy today, but that's what you get when your own team is rubbish. Fish says, did you like Easter when you was a kid? Yeah, I mean, I like Easter now. I mean, who doesn't like Easter eggs? Who doesn't like chocolate, number 1? And number 2, who doesn't like Easter eggs? I mean, leaving the point aside that you need to take out a second mortgage these days to buy an Easter egg. Easter's pretty cool. Stefan says, football has such a short memory. Massive clubs have got relegated before. It's nothing new. Very true. They've kicked off, by the way. Schalke, Juventus, Newcastle. Yeah, Newcastle. Aston Villa, Leeds. Yep, Leeds got, I think, to the semi-final of the Champions League. And then they got relegated. Rangers and Oldham. You save the biggest till last. how was the Kurdish restaurant that you went to? The one that was 1 star. I trust it was very good. But in terms of relegation, I'm just wondering what the impact will be on Spurs given their new stadium. Have they paid that stadium off? Are they in debt? I should set this timer. I don't know what the situation will be. Grace played Minecraft this morning for the first time in 8 years. I've never played Minecraft in my life. What is the point of Minecraft? Are you like building the way I understand it? The way I understand it is you build structures, but then what do you do once you've built something? That's kind of what I don't get. Once you've built something, then what do you do? Is the whole point just to build something and then to kind of show it off to your friends, or is there a step beyond that? Fish means hunting. So when you say, did you like Easter when you was a kid, are you confusing the word Easter for hunting? Because that's quite different. Did I like hunting when I was a kid? I mean, I don't know if I ever went hunting as a kid. Fish says, rank these holidays: Christmas, Halloween, Valentine's, New Year, and National Fish Day. Well, National Fish Day is number 1. I mean, you haven't got Easter in there. National Fish Day number 1. Christmas number 2. Valentine number 3. Halloween number 4. That's what I'd say. Grace says the hat is good. Appreciate that. I figured I better wear a hat that you like after you beat me on Rocket League yesterday. The thing is, on Rocket League, I'm gonna need to get a bit of practice, and I might need to do a bit of offline practice so that I'm more competitive the next time. Bailey says Liverpool are poo. Arne Slot is poo. I am poo. And this club is poo. Well, all I can say is Arne Slot is the biggest poo out of the poos that you've listed. It's I was saying this earlier, that there's people who are legitimately not blaming Slot and are blaming it on the injuries. And I'm like, I don't even think Liverpool have had that many injuries, especially if you look at the playing squads recently. It's been pretty much a full strength team other than Isak. I don't know how people can blame this on injuries. It's just the same tactics every single time, with a giant hole in the middle with no midfield. There was some stat that came out as well, where somebody kind of analysed the last 20 games or something along those lines. And in all but 2 of the last 20 games, so you could say in the last 18 games, Liverpool have run less than the opposition. And one of the games where they ran more was Spurs. But that's super concerning, right? I know kind of part of the reason why they brought Slot in and his kind of Dutch team in was to reduce injuries, and that's why they were running a bit less. But they haven't really significantly reduced injuries, but they have reduced quality. How you doing, Hans Niemann? Hope you are good. Hope you are well. Bailey says, thoughts on Curtis Jones not being in the England 35-man squad. I mean, it wasn't really that huge a surprise. People were acting like this was a major injustice, but England are so stacked in midfield. They've got Bellingham, they've got Morgan Rogers, they've got Declan Rice. England are absolutely stacked in midfield, so it didn't really massively surprise me. People were acting like some sort of kind of major injustice had been done, and I was like, what? what major injustice? So it didn't really come as any sort of surprise to me, to be honest. I think the bigger surprise is maybe 66 not getting into the squad, and Jed Spence getting into the squad ahead of him. But when Jones didn't get in, I was surprised that so many people were expecting him to get in. Fish says, when's fish day? Every day is fish day. Oh right, okay. So this is the point of Minecraft. Somebody was asking me on a stream the other day to play Minecraft, and I was like, bro, do you not see the grey hairs? I think I'm a bit too old for Minecraft. Hans Niemann says, I think Man United will win today. It's Man City, but close enough. Close enough. To be honest, I hope City end up winning it. Bailey says 2 Spurs players and no Liverpool players. True. Again, somebody was saying no Liverpool players, but what English Liverpool players are there? There's Curtis Jones and there's Rio. But I'm not sure. I don't think there's any other English players, to be fair. Because Jordan Henderson's not there anymore. 66 not there anymore. Milner not there anymore. So it wasn't a massive surprise. Yeah, that's another one. I forgot about him, to be fair. Pixel says Elliot also left. Yeah, there's not really any English players. Like, you see the starting 11 every week and there's not a single English player. So I'm not hugely surprised. Oliver says me to City. Could happen. Where would you play? Would you play up front or would you play in a different position? That's a good point. I can't believe I forgot about him. I had like a slight feeling I'm forgetting somebody, but yeah, Gomez. Gomez would be unlikely to get in. Why are you saying don't talk to Grace? Grace is the nicest person. Jeff says, would you still be slat out if he gets to the final? Yes, but if he wins it, no. If he wins it, I think I'd be willing to give him a bit more time. But if he gets to the final, no. Zach says everyone blaming Gakpo for the season when that's just not it. I think it's a bit of both. Gakpo's been pants, but the whole team has also been pants. I mean, different people will have different reasons. But what I don't agree with, and I agree with most things. Like, I can see where people are coming from on most things, but again, what I don't agree with is people blaming this on injuries. Because in my opinion, you've got one injury, which is Alexander Isak. Alisson just got injured, so I'm not counting that. I know Connor Bradley's injured, but you've got Frimpong. So for me, in terms of being significantly impacted from injuries, it's only Isak. So I don't know how people can blame this on injuries. Oliver was the 1,000th like. Nice. How is there 1.2k likes? I'm just here chatting nonsense. Like, well, I'm just chatting rubbish. But I appreciate it. Hans Niemann wants Prague to win. What is Prague? Slat out Bailey in. I mean, if Bailey goes in, I think the quadruple is confirmed. But that perhaps would not be fair on other teams if you were to take over. Grace says, I am the nicest person. I appreciate that. Hans Niemann asks me a difficult question that people have asked me a few times. Who's your favorite viewer? I like everybody equally. There's my my boring answer. Zach says he's been off because the midfield doesn't have balance and we don't have defenders. I mean, we've got Van Dijk and Kanate who have been the first choice partnership for a couple of years. I agree the midfield does seem a bit imbalanced, but then I would argue that is the fault and the responsibility of the manager to fix. And he ultimately hasn't fixed it. So he needs to add a bit of balance. And maybe the guy that I really wanted in the midfield was Endo, because I felt like there was not enough energy and not enough kind of bite in the midfield. So I would have just chucked Endo in there. But Slot has had Endo available and doesn't make use of him, unfortunately. Oh yeah, I mean I didn't even read that, and I legitimately didn't even read that. But you've just said kind of the same thing I was saying. Pixel says who you rooting for? Man City, because let's be honest, if Man City win here, nobody cares. It means nothing because nobody supports Man City. So if Man City win it, it kind of doesn't matter. Sometimes I'll get kind of Arsenal fans getting offended that I'm supporting Man City, but I say take it as a compliment because I'm saying if you were to win it, it would have meaning and value because you're like a real team. But if City win it, who cares? So I say you should take it as a compliment. He is here. The top of Tuchel's head looks like Liverpool's midfield. There's wingers on the right, there's wingers on the left, but there's absolutely nobody in the middle. Pixel says, you ever been to Wembley? Yes, I went to Wembley a few years ago for the Taylor Swift Reputation tour, but that's probably not what you're referring to. And I did get tickets to an England game during the pandemic, but then the pandemic happened and they refunded everybody's tickets, which was a bit annoying. So I've only been for a Taylor Swift concert. And it's too big for a concert. She was so tiny. Grace says it's me. What is you? Or have I lost the convo? Reluctant Gamer says, hey, how's it going? You perhaps not too pleased about the Sunderland result earlier. Was it a good performance, or were you unlucky, or did you play kind of rubbish? Zach says, you're a level-headed Liverpool fan. Some others just blame the game on one player. I appreciate that, and I do think it's perhaps a overly emotional reaction to blame everything on a single thing, whether it's a single player or a single manager or a single failed transfer. I think it's a symptom of everybody thinking they have the right answer, and it's this one thing that I say, and the other person says no, it's this one thing that I say. But I think I think in reality it's probably a combination of things. That's not to say certain things could outweigh the other. I think that's fair, but it's many things at the same time. I think anyway. Stefan went to the 96 United versus Liverpool final at Wembley. Nice. How was that? Were you saying to me as well you went to the Newcastle-Liverpool game a couple of years before that? I think you were saying. Speaking of Newcastle, Newcastle are disappointing. I predicted us to lose also. Do you reckon Eddie Howe's still going to be in a job end of the year? Or do you reckon you're going to move on? I would love Elise. I would 100% love Michael Elise. Apparently, he's available for 660 odd million release clause that activates this year. I've got a feeling the way Salah is playing, I've got a feeling that deal has already been signed. Because let's remember, even if somebody moves during the transfer window, a lot of these deals are worked on right now. A lot of these deals are worked on a year before. I've just got a feeling the Salah deal is already done. He's already gone. So if Elise comes in as a replacement, and Sam number 18, I can't even say his name. Grace is supporting Arsenal. Hans Niemann thinks that's inappropriate. I don't think she meant it that way. I'm not bothered, to be honest, seeing it coming. Fair enough. Anthony Gordon's in decent form though. He's constantly popping up with a goal. What's irritating me, which is something I was talking about earlier, was Spurs have lost to Forest. Absolutely everybody's beating Spurs apart from one particular team. And this isn't just a close win. This is a battering away from home. So why can every other team beat Spurs apart from one team in particular? That is the question. Deck Bailey says Liverpool in the Premier League are too slow, but in the Champions League they play everything a lot faster. It does feel like that. The flip side could also be that the what's its face, the Champions League is a bit less physical, so that could also be a reason. Because Wirtz in particular in the Champions League, he seems to be dancing all over the place. But when it comes to the Premier League, he can never find space. Maybe the players get more space in the Champions League because it's less physical. So I think maybe the physicality is an aspect of it. Maybe the mental side is also an aspect of it because they think, you know what, we've still got a chance to win the Champions League, even though we've got no chance to win the Premier League. So maybe it's a combination of mental and also physical. Reluctant Gamer says, who do you think is going to win this? I unfortunately think Arsenal will win it. I don't want Arsenal to win it, but I've got a feeling. Jonathan says, hi. How are things in the world of Jonathan? Grace says, hi. It was a dull final. Liverpool were terrible and Cantona scored 1-0 to United. Okay. That's probably why I've blocked that game out of my brain. You think Howe will get a chance again next season? Damn. I mean, what do you need from a player perspective? You bought Voltemade, you've bought Wissa. Do you need another striker, or is it other positions that you'd maybe look to strengthen? I mean, you've got Anthony Gordon on the wings, you've got Elanga, you've got Tonali. I don't know if he might move next year, but you've got him right now. You've got Bruno, you've got Joe Linton. Maybe defense, you got Livramento. Maybe goalkeeper? I don't know. Steven says the lights are too bright for Arsenal. I hope so. I hope you're right. City do have kind of experience when it comes to delivering trophies. So I hope that experience gets them over the line. Because I don't want Arsenal to win. I don't recall ever saying Salah is from Asia. Did I ever? But you mentioned it yesterday as well, which makes me think I might have said it. He's from Africa. Let me make that clear. You'll have to point me to when I said it. Oh, the favorite viewer thing. Oh, that makes sense. I don't know what that means. Who do you think will get relegated? Wolves. Well, I think Wolves will definitely get relegated. Whoever's in 19th, I can't remember who's in 19th. Burnley, that's it. Wolves, I think will get relegated. Burnley, and I can't lie. I think Spurs might end up getting relegated because look at that form. West Ham have had draw, loss, win, draw, loss, whereas Spurs have had loss, draw against a rubbish team, and then a loss. To be honest, I think Spurs actually might end up going down. I appreciate they've got players coming back and all that, but I think they might end up going down. There's Hans Niemann Sensei is back. Hans Niemann will be very happy about that. I mean, to be fair, he has said, "Hi, Sensei." Yeah, Burnley in 19th. I reckon Burnley are gone. Is that? I mean, do most people think Spurs will go down, or are some people thinking maybe West Ham? Oh, okay, fair enough. I said, I think this is, yeah, okay, I remember that. I remember that now. Hans Niemann wants Jonathan's Instagram. I mean, Jonathan loves Instagram. I think we need 5 players. This is for the tournament. But if we lose players like Gordon and Tonali, then we will need more than 5. A striker is needed. Is that a striker alongside Wissa and Voltemade? Or would you sell one of those? Right winger needed. Midfielder needed. So essentially, you need a whole new team. That's what I'm reading. I'm reading there. Significant changes. But do you think it makes sense to invest in significant players with Eddie Howe? Because sometimes there's a reluctance to kind of invest heavily um, with the same old manager. I got a feeling. I can't lie. I've got a feeling you're gonna. I've got a feeling you will get rid of him. Oh, you reckon Bailey reckons Forest will go down? Could happen, to be fair. Could happen because Forest are only 2 points, only 2 points ahead of Spurs. I mean, I think Wolves almost definitely, Burnley almost definitely, and I think the final one is between West Ham, Spurs, Forest, and Leeds. I think Palace are probably okay because they've almost got like 40 points. I got a feeling. I got a feeling it's going to be Spurs. Jeff says Saka terrible captain. Is he the captain today? What has he done? What has he done to? Do you mean captain from a football manager perspective, or is he captain in the game? I'm waiting to see if Saka's wearing an armband. Who would Liverpool need and sell to get back at the top of at the top next season? Wow. I mean, I think they need a managerial change. I appreciate some people don't agree with that, but I think they're going to need a managerial change. They're going to need a top manager to come in. So for argument's sake, let's say somebody like Xabi Alonso. With respect to what players they need, everyone's going to have a different opinion. The main thing for me is I think they need a bit of pace up front because there's no pace up front. Last year you had Diaz who had a bit of pace. And pace in itself isn't like a solitary single thing. Having pace also draws players towards you, which then frees up verts. I've got a theory. The reason why Salah was so successful last season is because you had Diaz with the pace kind of drawing attention away. You had Nunez with the pace drawing attention away. Whereas now everything is so slow that doesn't happen. So I would say the main thing is some kind of pacey wingers. They've signed a centre-back who's a youngster, but it's yet to be seen if they sign another one. Personally, I would sign a right-back, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. My thing is, like, I love Conor Bradley. I think he's amazing, but the guy cannot play more than 3 games before he gets injured. So I'd be tempted, and again, this is absolutely never gonna happen. But I'd be tempted just to loan him to a Premier League club where he can just play a bunch of games, let his muscles and tendons develop, buy another right back, and then maybe get Bradley back. Because if you have Conor Bradley in your team, you essentially have one right back. But if you have Frimpong in your team, you also essentially have one right back. So if they don't address the right back situation, which they won't do, they will not address the right back situation, which means Szoboszlai is going to be playing right back again next year. Because they do this thing, they in the summer, they just kind of delude themselves into saying, oh, we've got Frimpong, we've got Bradley, we'll be fine. You won't be fine. Because when either of those players feel a strong breeze in September, they're going to fall over and they're going to take a couple of months to come back. So I think the right back position is an issue. I know you typically can't solve every single position because that's not realistic. So with left back, to make it a bit more realistic, I'd probably let Robertson go because I think he wants to go, and I'd probably recall Tsimikas, and I think that's fine. It's not the 10 out of 10 best situation in the world, but you can live with that, I think, because Kirkers should also be a bit more mature next year. Centre forwards, I think, is fine. You've got Ekatike, you've got Isak. I'd be tempted to get a defensive midfielder who will actually defend. Like Gravenberch scoring goals is nice and all, but it's like Ryan, there's nobody behind you. Stop running on the pitch. So I'd be tempted to do that as well. But I think the most important thing is some sort of pacey wingers. Grace is happy Clayton won today. That's the one that you fancy, isn't it? Is he like top of the table, or is Luke Littler the top of the table? Weekends do go fast, can't lie. How is it Sunday already? I don't know. I've got no idea. Oh, see, I got semi-excited because City were through, but then I saw it was Doku, and Doku's garbage. Billy says, yesterday's game was awful. I said before the game, if we start Gakpo, we lose, and they did. And the thing is as well, he played the full game, I think, and I don't remember him actually doing anything of any sort of use either. The thing that annoyed me the most about yesterday's game, more so than the result, is when Ekitike got injured, he brought Curtis Jones on instead of Rio. That is such a negative substitution. That's what I mean. Yeah, as Bailey is saying, somebody like Rio. Rio is fast and direct, and you know what? He'll actually take a player on. Salah used to do it, but he's not. He doesn't have the legs for it anymore. And to be fair, I don't blame him. It's not his fault that he's mid-30s now. It's not his fault. But from a squad perspective, you need kind of what I can see Doku doing here. Just a bit of pace, a bit of directness. And also, I think the third thing is a bit of unpredictability. You need a bit of unpredictability. There's absolutely nothing unpredictable about Gakpo. He's going to cut inside onto his right foot and try and smack it. Ekitike is slightly unpredictable, which is why you've had success with him. But I think that's the biggest issue. Stefan saw England versus Switzerland at Wembley in the first game of Euro 96. Is that the one where Shearer scored? Did Alan Shearer score the first goal in the 23rd minute? The reason why I remember that, okay, I'll tell you later the reason why I remember that. But is that the one where Alan Shearer scored the first goal, or am I misremembering that one? Yeah. Somebody like Gomez as well. Somebody versatile would be good. I'm glad that Jonathan and Hans Niemann have made friends. That's good. That's good stuff. Mo Scout says, who do you think Maddison is going to play for next season? My prediction, Sunderland or Tottenham or maybe even Liverpool. I mean, definitely not that last one. I don't see him coming to Liverpool. I'd say it depends on if Spurs get relegated. I think if Spurs get relegated, he might end up leaving. But if Spurs stay up, he'll probably stay at Spurs, I think. AJ says 6'7". You should change your name from AJ18 to AJ67. Aidan says, I don't see England winning the World Cup this year because Joe Gomez didn't get selected. Very, very true. That is true. I mean, in an ideal world, you would have 11 Joe Gomez's on the pitch, and you'd also have Joe Gomez on the sideline, and then you could just rename England to Joe Gomez land, and then England would be good. Joe Gomez is one of the kind of most I don't want to say disappointing stories. I don't know how to phrase it, but as a youngster, he was so good when he would kind of play alongside Van Dijk. He started off when he joined as a left back, I remember. Liverpool signed him from Charlton. He played as a left back, and he got in ahead of Alberto Moreno, who was the the dedicated left back at the time. Joe Gomez played left back with a right foot, and he looked so good. And then he kind of progressed to centre back. And then unfortunately started getting injuries. Yes, there was a red card for Harry Maguire the other day. How's it going, Ilyas? Check my FPL. Why? What's happened? I haven't checked it recently. Because my captain got injured yesterday after 4 minutes, so I was kind of saying, I don't want to check it. I'm having a look now. Where is it? I'm not logged in. Give me a sec. I'm not logged in. Is there anything in particular you want me to check? I know me and you are in a FPL league, or should I say you and I? Shit, I got 12 points this week. That's terrible. Yeah, you got 52 points and I got 12. Is that what you want? Is that what you wanted me to say? To be fair, the reason why I have 12 points is I have a lot of City players and a couple of Arsenal players. So it's not quite over yet. let's just say that. Yeah, Spurs 1 point away from the relegation zone. You are correct. Spurs have lost every single game apart from to one particular god-awful team. Spurs lost to Forest today, 3-0 away from home, but Liverpool can't beat them. Stefan says, when you say City have no fans, I live 6 miles from the Etihad and I see thousands of them. Are they robots? They are not robots. Their striker is a robot. But no, they're not robots. I just mean comparatively, in comparison to kind of most teams, you very rarely encounter a City fan. Whereas, that's a good tackle there. Good tackle by Ake. But you'll easily encounter in your day-to-day life Man United fans, Liverpool fans, Chelsea fans, Arsenal fans, even Spurs fans. Corner to Arsenal here. 2026 World Cup without Neymar, he won't get his last dance at the trophy. Yeah, he didn't get selected. I saw that. Aidan says, yeah, to be fair, I don't care who wins because both... Oh my god, why is my watch telling me it's 17:04? I don't care who wins, but because both fans are as bad as each other. I hear what you're saying. Generally speaking, I'd rather City win because I don't really know any City fans. And I also feel like whenever City win anything, it's almost as if it didn't actually happen because nobody cares. Grace doesn't go on Instagram much. Yeah, me neither. Fish says link your Instagram. I mean, you spelled my name wrong, but I'll let you off. To be honest, I don't really use it. I have one, but I don't really use it. Instagram used to be good back in the day, where you could actually kind of share pictures and that sort of thing. But now there's just people arguing. It's just politics. It's just misinformation. It's just things that are not real and I can see are not real, and it's just become a bit of a toxic kind of website. It used to be good back in the day, share pictures of your cat, share pictures of, I don't know, what you're eating or what holiday you've gone on. But now I just find it garbage. I'm at 40 seconds behind. Okay, so I might see a goal very soon. Phil, that's a pretty good name. I like a potato. Potatoes are good. Potatoes are deceptively versatile. Grace says, why they're talking in group chat? It's probably Jonathan. Sorry, it's probably Hans Niemann and his sensei. Roller 4, aka Dexter, aka. There's another one. It was Dexter, aka Rollerfort, aka. What's the third one? But you are back. It will come. It will come to me eventually. Phil likes potato chunked and cooked in oil, so they are crispy and delicious. That is pretty good. I think they've got a word for it, but I'm not 100% sure. Sometimes that particular delicacy is quite good with salt and also vinegar. There is some sort of word for it, but I just can't remember what it is. But it will come to me eventually. Aidan says, who do you think's winning the Scottish League? To be honest, I have not been paying too much attention to it, but let's have a look. Scottish Premiership. Hearts on 66 points. Rangers on 63 points. Celtic on 61 points. I mean, generally speaking, it would be pretty cool for Hearts to win it, but is that likely? Have they got? I mean, they've got a 3-point lead. But yeah, to be honest, don't pay too much attention to it. Hearts do have two losses in their last 5, which is not ideal. Yeah, they're quite good. Nice. Makes a nice change. Last time I was here, Liverpool were the top of the league. Yeah, I think people forget that sometimes, and I forget that as well. At the start of the season, Liverpool were first. They were first for a fair couple of games. They were first, but after that, they just tanked and pretty much never recovered. I mean, roast potatoes are pretty good. I mean, it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard to mess up potato, to be honest with you. Mark Gay's on the bench on his phone. He seems to be loving his life at his new club. Fish, can you not eat your charger, please? It's not suitable for human consumption or for fish consumption. Hearts are named after a bodily organ. Indeed, they are. I mean, there's probably worse organs to name a team after. I can think of some external organs which I would not like to be called. So Hearts is probably pretty good as far as things go. Yeah, it didn't win a game convincingly. It was kind of dodgy and kind of close 1-0s here and there. But at the time, kind of myself included, I was saying, okay, look, it's not convincing, but we're getting the job done. We're getting the points on the board, and that's what matters. And then eventually that ceased to continue. Jonathan says, look at the group chat. Grace says, good, it was annoying me. What was your third name? It was Dexter, aka Rollerfort, and there was a third name. What was the third name? Ah, yes. That was it. I think, what was the third name? Yeah. Oh yeah, don't get me started. Do not get me started on Gakpo. I've reached the point now where like as soon as I see him on the pitch, I'm thinking, yeah, we're not winning this. I mean, he offers nothing. He does nothing. Doesn't score. Doesn't assist. Not particularly good passer. He's been better in the past. I think he was decent last year, but he's so badly out of form. But this manager still won't play Rio, which is absolutely insane. It was Shearer who scored versus Switzerland in Euro 96. Why do you remember that? I remember that because I was in primary school at the time, and I think I got first place on a test. We did some sort of test, and I got first place. And then my teacher was like, I'm gonna show you a reward because you finished first. And I was probably too young to get particularly worried about what he was saying, and I thought, oh great, okay, what are we gonna do? And then he showed me a piece of paper that said England won, somebody nil, and I couldn't remember if it was Switzerland, and it said Alan Shearer. So that image is still imprinted in my head 30 years later. Probably because I was thinking that's a bit of a rubbish gift, but yeah, that's why I remember it. Because my teacher showed it to me on a piece of paper. Fish says there's a goal. I don't believe so. Aiden wants Alonso in. It would work well with Wirtz and Frimpong. It would. He's familiar with them from his Leverkusen days. Outside of that as well, I think he's a really good manager. I know it didn't go well for him at Madrid, but that's fine. And I think the positive to it not going well at Madrid is he won't be tempted to leave Liverpool for Madrid. But I think he's a capable manager. You could say, before he went to Madrid, you could say he was one of, if not the most wanted manager. And I don't think your stock can fall too much. I don't think your stock can fall too much in the space of a year. So yeah, I'd want him if he wants to come, if he wants to join. I'd be all for that. Yeah, that's Gakpo's whole thing. And again, if I know he's gonna do that, and you know he's gonna do that, then all the defenders on the pitch know that he's gonna do that. They know, look, if he's running down the left, eventually he's gonna come inside, so then they can defend that side, and then he can't do anything. Moskel says, did you hear? I was just on Instagram and I saw a post saying PSG want Lamine Yamal for 300 million. Interesting. So what would they play? Would they play what? Kvaratskhelia, Doué and Yamal? But then what about Dembele? Like what would their formation be? I mean, if I was Yamal, I'd probably just stay at Barcelona. Number one, I don't know if 300 million would get him these days, as kind of crazy as that is. But yeah, I'd just stay at Barcelona. Jonathan says, Grace, you are a friend. That's a positive. Phil says you shouldn't make jokes about certain external organs. They are the makers of life. They are the makers of life. Apparently, two of them got together and then they created Cody Gakpo. That's probably why he's also got one on his head. Madrid is because they have too many players with big egos. Yeah, it was just a kind of dumpster fire of a situation, wasn't it? There's no point hiring a manager if you have players like Mbappe and so forth who simply don't listen to him. And it also wasn't even the fact that just the players. It wasn't even so much just the fact that the players had egos. You also got the impression that the Madrid ownership kind of ranked the players' authority above the managers. So you almost felt like the Madrid hierarchy was supporting the players, not the manager. And I think any time you have that situation, it's all gonna go kaput. So I kind of oddly view that as a positive, because he's probably going to be traumatized from that experience. Not that I view people's trauma as a positive, but he's going to be traumatized from that experience. Haaland, so he's never going to want to go there. So you can keep him for long at Liverpool if he wants to stay. Harley says, how's Haaland playing? He's just headed it over. Cross from Doku, just headed it over. Nothing particularly amazing. Is Kanate leaving or not? Who knows, to be honest. Hasn't signed a new contract yet. And to be honest, at this point, he's so garbage. Like, I just don't care. Like last year, you had Van Dijk leaving, and of course you wanted him to stay because he was the best defender. Last year, you had Salah leaving, and of course you wanted him to stay because he was the best forward player. And the whole 66 situation, which, let's be honest, we wanted him to stay, even though he can get effed now. But with Kanate, I kind of don't care. I kind of don't care at this point. Stefan wants Liverpool to get to the Champions League final. It's a draw. It's a draw in the 120th minute of extra time, and Cody Gakpo gets put clean through to score the winner. If that happens, I'm putting my fist clean through this monitor because he's not scoring that. He's the type of guy to absolutely fumble that. And then the opposition takes a goal kick and the opposition scores the other end. Do you think Liverpool need a new striker? I mean, a winger. A winger, not a centre forward. Hans Niemann likes my room. Appreciate that. I got some bits and bobs over there on that shelf. I might take that light thing down because I don't like it so much anymore. But I like the Dragon Ball Z figures. I like the screen. I like the lights. I've bought some frames that I'm gonna put above here. You probably can't see because I'm using my cursor. I've bought some frames that I'm gonna put over there. And yeah, so I'm constantly adding things. Fish really wants me to say Sijin Pex. Aiden wants Konate to stay. He's had one bad season and he's my favourite player. Fair. I mean, I get where you're coming from. If I think about this realistically with my head, if I use my brain, then yeah, I want him to stay because he's a valuable asset. You never want valuable assets to leave. Konate, if he had a decent contract on him, how much would he go for? I know Liverpool bought him for about 37 million back in the day. But if Konate had, say, 4 years left on his, or 3 years left on his contract, is he a £50 million player? Or is that silly to call it? I think he's a £50 million player in today's market, and you wouldn't want to let a £50 million player go. So that's kind of how I see it. Hans Niemann says fish. I'm not going to Google that because it's going to auto-correct me. And then it's going to show pigeons engaging in activity that I'd rather not look at. Thank you very much. Grace is playing Rocket League. You don't need to play Rocket League. I need to play Rocket League to get a bit of practice in. Mason says Arsenal will win this. I think they'll win this as well, unfortunately. Stefan says, if Cody Gakpo married your sister, you have to go to the wedding and be nice to him for a whole day. I probably wouldn't turn up. You know that moment where they say, if anybody thinks this marriage should not go ahead, speak now. I would speak now, and I'd just show a highlights package of Cody Gakpo on my phone. Yeah, I would not. I would not be in favor of that. She should marry like a good player, like Joe Gomez. That would be pretty cool. How do you feel about Trent not being selected for World Cup? I can't lie. I find it kind of funny. that's my reaction. I'd have more of a reaction to it if he still played for my team, but I just find it funny. I gain a bit of satisfaction from it, given that he left and he thought he was going to win the Ballon d'Or and he thought everybody was going to kiss the ground that he walked on, and now he can't get into the team ahead of Jed Spence. I find it hilarious, to be honest. Oh, Harry's getting on Call of Duty. Very nice. It's 2019, right? Modern Warfare. We shall have to play next week. I'm horrible on Rocket League as well. Grace beat me. What was the score yesterday? 22-1. And even my one goal was a fluke. So yeah, I'm not very good at that game. You would play better than Gakpo at this point. I mean, I'd also argue Liverpool would do better if they just had 10 players. It's like if Gakpo's the only option, just don't bring anybody on. Just go with 10 players. Icky says City doing better right now. I think maybe slightly better. I think it's fairly even, but I'd maybe just about give them the edge. Is this their experience though? Given that they've been in kind of so many finals and they've won so many trophies, is it their experience coming through? Hans Niemann hates me, but Grace loves me. You win some, you lose some. Yeah, if you're downloading it, we'll play next week. Pinder Shergill says Gakpo and McAllister cost us. I mean, you're not wrong. I agree with you. Gakpo is a waste of a starting spot at this time. And you know the oxygen that he breathes in to function as a human being, that's also wasted oxygen. It's like, Cody, why are you breathing it in? Some other organism could breathe in that oxygen. If I was the tree that created the oxygen that Cody Gakpo breathes in, I would wish I could get turned into a dining room table, because there's absolutely no point in me existing anymore. That's how I feel about Cody Gakpo. City on pens could happen. Pinder says Diaz big miss. I think Diaz's pace in particular. Diaz's pace and Diaz's unpredictability and Diaz's willingness to take players on 100%. But now Liverpool don't have Diaz anymore. Liverpool have Cody Gakpo, who, let's be honest, everybody knows what that guy is going to do. That guy's going to cut inside and whack it over the bar. Yeah, you were having the time of your life yesterday. I was not. I was having a nightmare. The way I see this game is if Arsenal don't take their time, Man City will win. Man City do have... they have the experience of winning trophies. They have the experience of not bottling things. So that's what's keeping me going. Yeah, Gakpo's got one side, as Pinder says. He's got one side, but you could argue Salah also only had one side, but Salah had a bit of unpredictability and a bit of nous and a bit of intelligence about him. Gakpo has one side and one move. I think that's the problem. One side and also just one move. It's like if you're a boxer who only ever throws like a left straight. That's you've only got one punch. You don't have a hook. You don't have an uppercut. You don't have an overhand right. You don't have low uppercut, high uppercut. You just have a left straight. And so that's going to get blocked every single time. Stefan says, how is it now that you're a big star and famous with 10,000 subscribers? I mean, not hugely different. Not hugely different, to be honest. Pretty much the same. Sully says, we've grown into the game. We got Semenyo involved more. I gotta say, Semenyo was an amazing bit of business that they did in January. He, compared to what most attackers go for, number one, he wasn't too expensive, especially given he typically should have come with a Premier League premium. They got a good deal for him, number one, and they've got a good return out of him. So, number one, I think that's very good business, and he's performed very, very well. I got a feeling you'll end up winning. You'll end up winning this. That person has a very interesting name. Ooh, so the time is still going. It is still going. And as David Deckham says, how are you in the 53rd minute, mate? I'm from the future. And in the future, Haaland scores in the 52nd minute. I just haven't updated the score on the screen yet. So I'm gonna give me a second. I'll go back in time. How's my name interesting? Normal name. Think about it. Why would that name be interesting? before before somebody might tell you. But there you go. I've put it on 45 minutes. This game is pretty boring. Two very defensive teams. Nope, that's not the reason. Try again. No, I can't play chess. I cannot play chess. There you go. There you go. Got there at the end. No wonder Premier League teams are getting abused in the Champions League. I think this year especially, getting absolutely battered. Can we still say the Premier League is the strongest league in the world? We probably can. We probably can, but it's not a good sign. My twin says, "Let's go, Uncle." I'm a Liverpool fan too. I'm liking it. I was going to say, what are your thoughts on the season so far? But I don't want to depress you. I don't want to make you angry. So I'll just say, you've supported a good team. Let's put it that way. I can name a lot of players better than Gakpo and some random man and an under fives player. I mean, under 5, under 4, and under 3. And a blind man. I mean, to be honest, by saying blind man, you pretty much are describing Cody Gakpo. What if Cody Gakpo moves in next door and wants to borrow my lawnmower? Would I borrow my lawnmower to Cody Gakpo? I probably would. To be fair, I'm a relatively nice neighbor. So if Cody Gakpo wanted to borrow my lawnmower, I'd borrow it to him. It's a rechargeable one though, so I'd ask him to maybe charge it up before he gives it back. What will the end score be? It's going to be 1-0 City. 1-0 City. My twin says, season's horrible. Only highlight is Ekatike. I love that guy, Cosme. I think Ekatike has been the one shining light, as you said. Alisson hasn't been up to his normal standards. Van Dijk's not been up to his normal standards. Salah's definitely not been up to his normal standards. I don't think Wirtz has quite hit the heights we expected yet. Kerkez is getting a bit better, but also perhaps has not hit the heights that we expected yet. Same with Frimpong, and Isak's been injured. So I think Ekatike has been the one positive, which is why it was so disappointing when he got injured after 4 minutes yesterday. His injury was disappointing, and the fact that they brought on effing Curtis Jones to replace him. I mean, that was also annoying. I can't lie. Happy birthday to your friend. I'm probably not allowed to read that out though. My twin does not think Mamadashvili takes over for Alisson. He won't be ready for it. Non-reliable. It's an interesting situation. My take on this is, and now my take is controversial, so you might not call me your uncle after I say this, but there's a world where I think there's a world where if you were gonna sell Alisson this year, why didn't they just keep Kelleher? Because I thought Kelleher's really good. I thought Kelleher's better than Mamadashvili, number one. Kelleher, number two, he counts as a youth team player for Liverpool, so he counts towards the quota. Number three, he's got good distribution. Number four, he's very good from penalties. He's better at penalties than Alisson is. So I almost kind of feel like if there was some sort of exit plan for Alisson, why didn't they just keep Kelleher? I'd rather have Kelleher for number one. And Kelleher would probably be on very low wages as well. I don't think Mamadashvili is quite at that level. I agree. The flip side is, and I guess the positive for Mamadashvili to a certain degree is he hasn't really been given any time to gel with the team. I feel like whenever Alisson is fit, Alisson goes in, Mamardashvili gets thrown out. So Mamardashvili just gets thrown into situations where he's very cold. Like he's not warmed up, he's very cold. They just throw him in there. They throw him in there. And also they don't let Mamardashvili play the cup games where he can get experience, where he can develop familiarity with the other players. So maybe as he plays a bit more, hopefully he'll develop a bit of kind of familiarity and get a bit better. He's got the right physical stats. Like he's very tall, he's 6'6". He's very acrobatic. He's made some good saves, I think. But I don't think he's got the distribution. He's not I don't think he's great with his feet. And that's something that's very hard to learn. Hans Niemann says, what do you do for work? Nothing particularly interesting. let's put it that way. But it's mostly like IT tech kind of stuff. Fish, that's Polish. I have no idea what that means. Alisson's contract has been extended for a year. So during that, Mamardashvili should go on loan. The flip side is, even if Alisson's contract's been extended for a year, he's going to get injured. If he wakes up on the left side of bed rather than the right side, he's going to get injured. So I think you need to keep Mamardashvili because of how many games Alisson misses. Or you need some sort of capable second keeper because of the amount of games that Alisson misses. I think the only world in which Mamardashvili goes on loan is if some Liverpool get another keeper in, but you almost at Liverpool need 2 first-team keepers because of the amount of injuries Alisson gets. You know, Alisson got injured again after the Galatasaray game. And apparently this is a long-term injury. I don't know how and where. He had absolutely nothing to do in the Galatasaray game. Maybe he got injured getting on the plane. I don't know. Maybe when he was checking... No, there wasn't even a plane. The game was at Anfield. So I don't know. I don't know how he's got injured again. Mamardashvili played those string of games whilst Alisson had the hip injury and he didn't look too good. He didn't look world class. He didn't look world class. You did notice the drop off, I think, from Alisson. It's a bit difficult though because I think all players need an adjustment period when they come in. The issue is, as a goalkeeper, your adjustment period is significantly more obvious compared to, say, if you're a striker or a midfielder, because there's so much more attention on you. I understand where you're coming from, but I'm not quite ready to 100% kind of give up on him yet. Stefan says, they've kicked off, but who cares? Let's be honest. It's been a disappointing league this year. Liverpool, Newcastle, Forest, Chelsea, Man City have all been inconsistent, dull. Very true. And nobody seems to want to kind of capitalize and take the 3rd spot, take the 4th spot. I feel like after Arsenal and City, the remaining spots are there for the taking, but nobody, other than maybe United a little bit, nobody really wants to kind of take it by the scruff of the neck and actually go for it. They're very inconsistent, as you said. Lots big name signings haven't worked out for most teams. I think that's true. I think that's fair to say. It's interesting that you say that as a neutral as well. Like for me, it's been a dull season, but that's because my team has been rubbish. But I often feel like is it just us that see that because our team's been no good? So it's interesting that you also kind of see that. As a neutral, you could say. Okay, I shouldn't laugh. When I was younger, I got cancelled on Twitter for abusing Alisson because he was injury prone. What did you say? Okay, I'm just curious. What could you say that would be so bad? I mean, if you're saying he's injury prone, that on the face of it is a fact. He is injury prone. I'm curious what you said. How's it going, Miro? Hope you are good. Hope all is well with you. I always get myself a glass of water and then I never drink it. But I should really set the timer for this boring as hell game. That's another thing. So Stefan was saying the league's been dull, which it has been, but also the so-called two top teams are boring as hell, which is kind of annoying. Grace says, bro, I got excited. My friend doesn't have Black Ops 7 on the PS5. In what sense though? Is your friend gonna get the game, and then are you gonna batter them because you have more experience? Daniel says City win. I think so. T says we need to get used to there being a drop off after Mamardashvili fully comes in for Alisson. Gonna be difficult. It's a good point. And I was thinking about this not too long ago. When Mane left, Diaz was decent, or Diaz was good/decent. Put it this way, Sadio Mane for me was a 9 out of 10. Luis Diaz for me was a 7 out of 10. So there's a drop off. Haaland, you almost kind of assume when you have these amazing players, you will just replace them and the next one will also be amazing. So it didn't happen with Mane. You're right, I don't think it's going to happen with Alisson. And it all the more likely won't happen with Salah as well. The next right winger can be very, 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 very good. But he just won't be, it just won't be Salah. So you're right, we need to kind of accept it. The positive is there's other positions might get better. Other positions might get better. If you think about it, when Gerrard kind of left for LA Galaxy, I remember thinking there will never be another central midfielder that is that good. And there never was since. But you ended up getting a right winger who was very good. So it might manifest itself in other positions. If that's some sort of a comforting thought. Miro says first half no goal is insane, bro. I would have expected at least one goal, but it's very defensive at the moment. Oh, is this when you were abusing Alisson? I mean, he's injured again, and unfortunately, it is for a very long time apparently. Ooh, what's Arsenal keeper doing? Is that a booking for the Arsenal keeper? Love Alisson though so much. He really does enjoy a barbecue. He does enjoy a barbecue, and he also enjoys a hospital bed. He's probably eating barbecue on his hospital bed right now. Mr. Default says United, City. We all seem to be supporting City today. I'm disappointed we were unable to take advantage of your draw the other day. Because we suck. Because we are terrible. How's that not a red? That's what I was wondering. How is that not a red? He fully kind of held him back and prevented basically an open goal. Miro says Liverpool really need a goalkeeper, or there is like a 5% chance of champion of the Premier League. I mean, this year they're not winning the Premier League 100%. For me, as long as you keep Alisson, you need a as long as you keep Alisson, you need a capable deputy, because Alisson's going to miss 20 games a season at least. He was called a... Oh, God. That's not that bad. I mean, come on. That's not too bad. But, I mean, he does like a barbecue. He does like a barbecue, which again, I'm fine with his barbecues. Just stop getting injured every 5 seconds. That League Cup final, 0-0 after 120 minutes when Kepa missed a penalty after 21 penalties went in. That dull game with a totally mental shootout at the end, says Stefan. Hopefully this is what we get today, because this game, nothing much has happened so far. T says, I think the last time Liverpool lost 10 games in the league was 14-15. Who was the manager then? Is that Brendan Rodgers' time? Mr. Default says, have you seen the Ahmad penalty situation? I have not. I've been a bit short on time this weekend. But I've heard there was a bit of an injustice, and you were robbed. And I believe Maguire were also sent off, but apparently this should not have happened. Apparently you were robbed. That seems to be the general kind of consensus. But I need to see it back. We were not robbed yesterday. We were just rubbish. We just got pretty much dominated by a Brighton team. But you did get robbed from the sounds of it. Miro says, if you don't mind, why are you wearing a hat every stream? Because there's nothing much above the head. Nothing much above the head. Or as Grace says, because his hairline is cooked. I'll take that. Miro says, with the hat he looks better. I'm liking the positivity. Grace says better than everything. Better provided I'm not wearing the red hat that she doesn't like. Kelleher was the perfect deputy man. I hate change. It's a weird situation because he really wanted first team football, so I can understand, even though it's not good for the club to let him go. I understand why they let him go. But what kind of irritates me a bit is this season there's people saying that Alisson will go. So I'm saying, okay, if Alisson was gonna go after a year, you might as well just have kept Kelleher and kind of promoted him to the number one, because I think Kelleher's better than Mamardashvili. I mean, better goalkeeper, better distribution, lower wages, counts towards the quota, not the English quota, but the youth team quota. Very good penalties saver. Rodgers, I think we lost to Madrid. Lallana, oh god, I think I've blocked that season out of my brain. Get the Mbuemo trim. Is that the number 0? Is that the number 0 up top and just scissors down here? To be honest, I could do that. I think I've had that before. But I mean, I can replicate the Mbuemo trim, but not the Mbuemo backside. But I hope that's close enough. Stefan says, what if you collapse outside Cody Gakpo's house and he's the only person around you to give you CPR? I would have hoped that I collapsed in a road so that a van could come past and just finish the job. I do not want Cody Gakpo anywhere near me. And especially not Cody Gakpo's breath. I mean, I'm also kind of... that's a better answer, to be fair. Gakpo would go to give you CPR and hit the post, yeah. Or he'd probably cut inside and miss my face, land on the pavement. If Gakpo can't hit, ooh, good shot by Doku. Aki was not a good shot. I don't trust Cody Gakpo to do anything apart from disappoint me and disappoint everybody around him. Kelleher's not without his faults, but he definitely earned the first team promotion. Yeah, I agree. He kind of patiently waited his turn. Performed very well when he was asked to come in. Saved a couple of penalties. Had a few memorable performances. Didn't complain. Didn't throw a fit. And he was also on very, 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 very low wages. Now, I think he would have deserved a new contract, but his wages probably still would have been less than what you're paying Mamardashvili. I would have kept Kelleher, made him number one. Miro says, is it Raya versus Donnarumma? I don't think it's Raya. I don't think it's Raya in goal, to be honest. Let me check. You can tell like how much attention I'm paying to this game. Oh, where the fuck is it? Kepa Arrizabalaga and Trafford. As T says, it's Kepa. Come on, Arsenal or City, please do something. Harry says, I think this half City are a lot better and could potentially snatch a win, hopefully. I like how kind of everybody is pretty much supporting City. It's kind of funny. Nobody wants Arsenal to win. City just know how to win trophies. They know what it takes. They mentally don't go, oh, here's Haaland with the best opportunity here. Haaland against Saliba, but the ball kind of gets trapped under Haaland's feet and Saliba clears it. Generally don't understand Gakpo's decline. What do you make of it? To me, it isn't a managerial one. Everybody will have different opinions. For me, it's the lack of competition. So last year, he had Diaz as a senior person who was his direct competition. So if Gakpo don't perform, Diaz comes in for a few games. And then Diaz scores all those goals against United that he scored. But this year, he doesn't have competition. I know people say Rio, but look, Rio is not old enough to drive or buy cigarettes. Rio is not competition in Gakpo's eyes. So I think when there's no competition, you don't have any reason. You don't have any reason to go the extra mile. So I think he's become a bit lethargic because of that. That's what I would predict. How many corners have Arsenal had and couldn't score? I mean, bit of a surprise, given that is Arsenal's speciality. Ooh, City scored, man. As Mason says, goal for City. Hallo says goal for City. Kian says goal. Nice, gone in, man. It's O'Reilly. I'm gonna put the score on so that they don't change it. T says City. Today I feel blue. Jahid says, come on. I love how like nobody wants Arsenal to win this. I actually love that. Reluctant Gamer is saying City winning this. Jahid saying, I'm blue today, brother. All of us are. I should have worn a blue shirt, to be fair. W. Kepa says Dexter. Well, I mean, what's Kepa even doing there? Miro is saying, I don't know which teams to support, man. Support City. Liverpool fans here supporting City. Jahid is a United fan. He's supporting City. Reluctant Gamer, he's a Newcastle fan. He's supporting City. Everybody here is of who support different teams normally. We're all supporting City. Holy guacamole and cheese. That's a weird thing to say. Also, side note, guacamole is disgusting. You know, whenever you go for a burrito, right? And they're like, you want guacamole? It's £1 extra. I'm like, no, guacamole is horrible. But bit of a side note. Miro says City is winning. Is so the thing is, I mean, we were saying it before, right? City are on the attack again here with Doku. City know how to deliver trophies. They know how to get it over the line. They have that kind of mental strength to not quote unquote bottle it. T is going to sit in the hotel chair for City. They already took 4 league titles from my club, but if it means taking a cup from Arsenal, then Let's hope that chair is a sofa, because I was going to say because I'll sit next to you, but then it got a bit weird. But you understand where I'm coming from. Jahid says most unbearable fans, 100%. Dexter says we're going to win the quadruple. Yeah. Let's hope it goes down to a treble and then a double and then a maybe next year. Miro says, because of you guys, a sitter forever. Sitter today and sitter for the season. Jahid thinks Semenyo has been sitters. I need to stop saying sitter. City's worst player. Which hopefully means there's a lot of time for him to improve then. Hopefully he realizes he hasn't quite been at it. And then hopefully he can turn it on. Because the thing is with Semenyo sometimes, and especially for his last club, he didn't always have the best game, but then he'll just pop up with a goal out of nowhere. Calafiori is coming on. Nice one, Mikel, bringing a defender on. City, I think, you mean Arsenal to be fair. Arsenal are 9 points ahead in the league, but City's got a game in hand that will make it 6 points clear. Then City still has Arsenal in the league. If City wins, then it's only three ahead for Arsenal. Yeah, there's still a fair amount of drama to go. Fingers crossed. Pep and Klopp, the best love story since Romeo and Juliet. Klopp would have to be Juliet though, because didn't Juliet let her hair down from the window, and then Romeo climbed up the castle from Juliet's hair? Pep don't have any hair to do that, so I guess Klopp would have to be Juliet. Oh my God, it's 2-0! It's 2-0! It's 2-0, man! Sitter! Let's go, Sitter! What's going on? It was the same player again. Was it O'Reilly again? Mason says 2-0. Dexter says 2-0. T says 2-0. Reluctant Gamer says, oh my God, another goal. Jahid says, oh my God. Reluctant Gamer says, O'Reilly. Dexter says, these men are buns. I mean, it looks like they pretty much conceded the same goal again. I'm waiting for the replay, but kind of seeing it happen, it looked like pretty much the same goal. Maybe next year, Declan. When will Declan Rice realize he won more trophies at West Ham than he's going to win at Arsenal? I mean, pretty much. I mean, very, very similar goal. I can't lie. Very similar goal. Lockdown Gamer's loving it, saying sitter. Miro's also loving it, saying sitter. Grace is not loving it. Grace, you need to jump on the sitter bandwagon. We've got United fans and Newcastle fans and Liverpool fans. Absolutely everybody supporting sitter. Oh God, Arsenal are finally losing a game, and hopefully they can lose a few more. Yeah, O'Reilly with a very very similar goal. Yeah, let's. It's encouraging. It's encouraging. Let's hope nothing crazy happens in the next few minutes. Mason says sitter. H says 2-0. Mikel is the master of the dark arts. Just take it easy, and that's why he'll never win anything. Echo says 2-0. Mason says, a Bolton fan who hates City due to some history, I got told. I'm happy. I think everyone's happy. Everyone's happy. Pep just got booked. I think he was maybe celebrating a bit too hard. Do you reckon they fumbled the league? I've been saying that since before Christmas. That actually, I've been saying since the start of the year. I've been saying I think Liverpool are going to win the league. This is my thing since the start of the year. I think Liverpool are going to win the league, and if Liverpool don't win it, I think City win it. So then when Liverpool were out of the equation, I was like, I think City are going to win it. City have the experience. They know how to get things over the line. They know how to deliver trophies. They know what it takes, whereas Arteta can go a bit too defensive when it matters. Like Arsenal will get a lead. Arsenal will do really, really well. But Arteta, when he gets nervous, he gets a bit too defensive. And that's why I don't think they'll win it. That was just my opinion. And we'll find out at the end of the year if I'm right or not. Arsenal finally didn't score a corner. Don't tell me they've got one back. It's still 2-0 for me. Is that a Manc accent you're trying to do? It is when I say City. But that's the only word I can say. City has to beat Arsenal in the league game. I want to see drama. I mean, a bit of drama would be nice because my team's been rubbish in the league this year, and to be honest, your team's also been rubbish in the league this year. So a bit of drama might make things a bit more exciting. Mason wants Villa to win it. Yeah. Like if I had a choice, like I'd pick Villa, but unfortunately, I think it's between City. Tell me if that gets annoying, and Arsenal. Kamaru Usman, Gilbert Burns, or Kobe Covington. That is the correct order right there. Covington is trash. Usman's a legend. Burns is quite good. Trafford man of the match. Fair. You could be onto something. I'm not particularly happy with Bolton giving us Adam Bogdan. He is Adam Bogdan is the greatest Hungarian player that's ever played for Liverpool. We have to say sorry, Dominic. Sorry, Milos. Was he Hungarian? I swear Adam Bogdan was Hungarian. Yeah, Hungarian. So he's the greatest Hungarian that's ever played for Liverpool. What's Arsenal's next 5 in the league? Let's have a look. As in the Premier League, Bournemouth, City away. So Bournemouth, City away, Newcastle, Fulham, West Ham. They will get points. They will get points. But will it be enough? Winnie says 3-0. Not for me. Still 2-0. Yeah, they're kind of toying with them at the moment. I think Arsenal's heads have maybe kind of gone a bit. Also, if you look at the Man City staff, they've got Pep Guardiola. Next to Pep Guardiola is Pep Linders, who was Klopp's assistant. So they've got former Liverpool assistant manager. And they've also got Kolo Touré next to Linders. So am I going to pretend that means it's a Liverpool win? Maybe. Yeah, everyone's on the City bandwagon. By the law of averages, they're not bottling every competition. True. Eventually they will. Eventually they'll tweak things enough, and eventually they'll get one over the line. Not Forest says Arsenal, bro. I mean they're not doing too well at the moment. But you did. I mean, if you support Nottingham Forest, you absolutely battered Spurs. 3-0. Fucking hell. There's a fucking bird on my window. I was like, what's that? But anyway. Yeah, you absolutely battered Spurs. 3-0. Don't scare me. I mean, you might be onto something, but let's hope not. Pep Linder's book called Intensity, which is kind of what we're lacking. He released that season. He was at Liverpool. Yeah, it's like why? I mean, why release a book and why also kind of make it all about you? And why add unnecessary scrutiny and pressure onto the team? Sometimes I feel like he acted like he was the. Sometimes I feel like he acted like he was the superstar when he wasn't. Mason says Spurs Spurs away soon for me. Yeah. Oh my god, it's just gone proper dark, hasn't it? Let me correct that. There you go. Sun is starting to set, so I've just realized I'm proper dark. There you go. That's probably, is that better? That should do. Mason says, "Is that your Christmas tree?" That's not my Christmas tree. That is a wardrobe. That's a wardrobe with some lights on it. But the fun stuff is over there. Some Dragon Ball Z things and a screen. But no, not a Christmas tree. Quite a few people think that's a Christmas tree. It's not. Now I'm too bright, aren't I? Now let's turn that down a bit. There we go. Stefan says, do a whole stream alternating between your Manchester accent. I can only say the word city. That's the only word I can say, so I wouldn't get very far. Swearing, I mean, I'm trying to swear a bit less. And your Ange impression, mate. I could maybe do the Ange impression, mate. Whole stream, mate. But it's not a very good Ange impression, as you said. Gray says, when's the next normal stream and gaming stream? I think it's France versus Brazil. I think it's France versus Brazil on Thursday. So I might be here for that one. France versus Brazil. Saturday I'm going to Anfield, so I'm looking forward to that for the Legends game. And then maybe something next week. But gaming stream whenever, just send me a message and we'll sort something out. Miro hopes City win. Me too. Yeah, Linders thought he was a bit of a big shot, isn't it? He thought he was, he thought he was the bee's knees. He thought he was the brains of the operation. But whenever he becomes the top dog, it does not seem to go particularly well for him. I mean, who says Saka over Messi? I mean, whoever says that, send them to prison immediately. Do you remember Buvac? Klopp made him. I do remember Buvac. They still haven't really revealed kind of why did he leave? Because Buvac was like very highly rated in terms of what he did behind the scenes. So lots of people were disappointed when he left. And I think it's when Buvac left, that's when Linders took over as the assistant. I'm still curious about why he left, because I think they were together at Dortmund. They were a bit of a package deal, so I'm confused about why he left. The new England kit is out tomorrow. You getting it? I've not really seen it properly. Is it any good? I've not seen if the England kit is out. I guess all the international kits must be coming out soon. So it'll be interesting to see if any are pretty nice. Messi greater than Saka even in the Premier League. Mr. Default is Saka's, I don't want to say biggest hater, that's unfair. I would say you correctly point out his shortcomings. Saka has value, but he's never quite at the level that commentators sometimes make him out to be. I was off sick. I was off sick for the Liverpool Arsenal game, so I didn't stream that game because I was sick. I just watched it myself on the TV, and I had the commentary on because I don't have the commentary on now because I'm not allowed. But when I was watching it by myself, I had the commentary on, and Gary Neville was absolutely salivating whenever Saka got the ball. It was amazing. Oh, look at that by Saka. Oh, Saka sneezed and it's like, oh, look, look at that mucus coming out of his nose. Oh, it's the best mucus I've ever seen. They were just absolutely salivating over anything he did. But I was like, bro, he dribbled and then he hit it out. Like, what's so good about that? Like, okay, he fumbled his way past Kirkes, and then he hit the ball into the sun. I mean, what's the big deal about that? And I think Saka's fine. Like, he's fine. But end of the season, he's got like 5 goals. And I'm like, what? Is that really worth what you're paying him? You're paying him ridiculous money? I don't get it. And I know sometimes there's a tendency to overhype English players. But even then, like Harry Kane, I get it. He delivers, he scores goals. He's done it for multiple teams now, multiple leagues now, and he does it for his country. So I get that. That I understand. But, and as somebody, I find Harry Kane quite annoying, but I get it. But with Saka, I don't get it. I don't understand. 100% do not understand. Imagine letting O'Reilly score 2 past you. We would all have to imagine that, apart from Kepa. Kepa does not have to imagine that. Buvac didn't stay long enough for our success. We had some nice comebacks, good vibes. I'm still curious as to what the reason was for him leaving, because it was quite abrupt. Ezra says, what's happening, lads? I'm not watching. Arsenal getting battered. That's what's happening. They keep panning the camera as well to Arsenal fans, looking very sad in the crowd. Arsenal fans really be saying they'll get a quadruple, and then tonight it will be a treble, and then soon enough it'll be a double, and then soon enough it will be 1 trophy, and then soon after that it will be, oh, we'll do it next season, we'll do it next year. Unfortunately, I think they will probably end up winning something this year, but quadruple is insane. Stefan says, you just added a Gary Neville impression to your repertoire. Indeed, I did. How does my Gary Neville impression rank, given that most of my impressions rank pretty low? So is this one also pretty low, or is this average? I mean, if I can get to average, then I think I'm doing pretty good. Mason turns it off because of Gary Neville, 100%. And to be honest with you, I find Gary Neville annoying on commentary, and I also find Jamie Carragher annoying. I just hate listening to both of them. They're overdoing it, because we know they're biased as hell, and that's fine. That's okay. It's okay that you're biased as hell, but they overdo it. They overdo it when they're on commentary, just to pretend they're not biased, like to the point where they're being fake. And I'm like, that's not you. Just be honest, man. Look, if you just say what you really think. It's so annoying and unfair that he's an automatic starter for England. This is Saka. I don't know what he's done to deserve that. So I agree. Especially with the kind of attacking talent that England have in the forward line and also in the attacking midfield. I don't get the fascination. And let's add to that as well a tendency to pretty much never show up in the big games. I don't. Yeah. I mean, I put it this way. Yeah. Put it this way. If it's 1-1, if you're in the World Cup final, is 1-1. And I don't know, player X started right wing, and you got 20 minutes left. And you can bring on Saka or Jared Bowen. Who you bringing on? I'm 100% bringing on Jared Bowen. If you need a goal, I am 100% bringing on Jared Bowen. I don't know. I don't know what Saka offers. He'll do a few little skills, and then there's nothing at the end. Best defense in the world, best midfield in the world, best striker in the world, best manager in the world. No trophies. Grace says, when do you want to do gaming stream? Not tomorrow, because I'm pretty exhausted from yesterday. But Maybe Tuesday. Maybe I'll let you know later in the week. Saka scored against the mighty Wolves. Indeed he did. Harry says I'm happy. So Harry also supports United. I love how everybody wants Arsenal to lose. What a mistake by Kepa. Yeah, it's just it's just funny, isn't it? It's just funny. Yeah, I'd 100% put Bowen on. You know, you need a goal. You got 20 minutes. Heck, you got 10 minutes. You got 10 minutes. You need a goal. Right winger position. I'd 100% put Jared Bowen on. Yeah. No, to be honest, I think City have probably got this game won. England, it's 1-1 World Cup final. It's the 90th minute, and you get one sub to cook something up versus a nasty low block. Give me Rio and Gamora, fair enough. I would legitimately, in that situation, 90th minute, I would actually bring on Rio and Gamora over Saka. I literally would. At least Rio's unpredictable and would confuse defenders. Fred Large Scrotum says Saka Starboy with another stinker, most overrated player ever. I agree, and to be honest, most people agree. I think. Yeah, maybe Tuesday. I think I'll struggle. I'll struggle tomorrow because we were live yesterday morning and yesterday evening and right now. But maybe Tuesday. Maybe Tuesday. Harry says Call of Duty's got 30 minutes left, quite fast for some reason. Interesting. It's a pretty big download. I think it's about 200 gig. I'd even put Harry Maguire up front over Saka. At least you can throw. Put throw-ins in, put the ball into the box. You can long ball it up. You can cross it in. He would at least be more of a threat with his gigantic head. 100%. See, this is the thing, as Stefan's saying, Saka total league goals for a season about 5, same as Jack Grealish. That's the thing. And again, I'm not saying Saka's bad. I'm not saying he's terrible, but for the wages that he commands and the reputation that he has, I don't get it. I don't understand. I think Saka gets glazed for that one good season he had and the fact that he plays for Arsenal. That is true. And sometimes with English players, there is a kind of additional... you do kind of get additional PR. Oh, the Arsenal fans are leaving. They're walking out. Arsenal fans are leaving, man, on 85 minutes. Yeah. I was like, come on. Really? Is that how much... Is that how much belief you have in your quadruple winners? Because that's wild, bro. Yeah, English tax. That's the word I was looking for. Star boy at the ripe age of 25. Yeah, I mean he'll be 56, and I think he'll probably still be a star boy. Husu says Galatasaray. No English team. What do you mean? Oh, right. You're saying you support Galatasaray. Fair enough. What are your thoughts about the game the other day, or should I perhaps not ask? Feel like Pioshi just want Coutinho back. Those were some good times. Those were some good times. But those good times are always mentally skewed in my head, because if we don't sell Coutinho, we don't get Alisson, we don't get Van Dijk. So whilst they were good times, I always think, but they had to end to get those two players. Rank these goalkeepers for shot stopping. Alisson. I've got Alisson, Reina, Mignolet, Karius. Reina was very good for a keeper who was not particularly tall, I thought. No Liverpool, yes Galatasaray. Did you watch the game the other day? Yeah, and Tuesday I should have a better idea. Let's say if Saka played in a Liverpool or other top 6 side, I don't think he gets glazed as much. The funny thing is, he probably wouldn't play for Liverpool if, like, he wouldn't get in ahead of Salah. But I understand. Oh no! Don't let Arsenal score. Don't let them score. Yep. Good. But I understand. I understand where you're coming from. It's just over the top. Rank these keepers: Alisson, Donnarumma, Raya, Onana. I mean, Onana's clearly number 1. So let's just get that out there. This is Andre Onana we're talking about. I hope so. Yeah, Onana's number 1. The other 3 are not fit to lace his boots. But if you forced me to, Alisson, because I'm biased. Donnarumma and then Raya. Is Onana coming back? I thought they would have cancelled his work permit. just don't let him. Don't let him come back. I thought he left permanently. Coutinho was just getting into his prime. That half a season, because he actually played half a season, I think, with Salah. He did, didn't he? He had half a season with Salah. So before Salah, Mane, Firmino, it was like Mane, Coutinho, Salah, Firmino. I remember. He was very good then. He was very good. I remember that goal he scored over David De Gea, where he kind of lobbed him. But he was very good. So it wasn't too much of a surprise he went for the money that he did, because he was on fire at that time. So I kind of understood it. I knew you were going to pick up on that, but it was the only one that came to mind, to be honest. Can't believe Ekitike cried over a dead leg. The thing is, I've noticed, and to be honest, Alfie's also saying Ekitike was a bit silly. The thing is, why is it whenever Liverpool players go down now, it's like they're always crying like it's the worst injury ever? Yesterday, Frimpong, whenever Frimpong went down, he was like, every time are you in that much pain? You can't actually be in that much pain every single time. Anytime Frimpong goes down, he goes down like he's been shot, and it's like, come on, man. It's like, it's not that it can't hurt that much every time. Alfie says, let's be honest, Milner was meant to do that, as in he did that deliberately. I was also saying he did that deliberately because he wanted to be a hard man. Ooh, I'm hard. Ooh, James Milner. Ooh, I'm so hard. I'm going to get stuck in with a challenge. Yeah, ooh, James Milner. And I like that when you played for my team, but now can you chill out a bit? Because, you're going to be collecting your pension soon. So chill out. Stop getting proper stuck in. It was cute when you played for us, but if you do that to my players, you're going to start injuring them. And I'm not a fan of that. Yeah, the hair little kind of chip over the keeper was very nice. And quite a nice kit as well back then. I love Lemons, but I wish De Gea got a proper send-off. I miss that man so much. What's he doing these days? Has he got a club? I think he has got a club, hasn't he? But it's a bit weird not to get a proper send-off when, you've been playing for a team for that long. Grace says, but aren't you playing with Harry? Potentially, if Harry turns up. So we'll just do the stream at the normal time. If Harry's there, he'll join. If he's not there, we'll just play normally. Another overhyped player, Phil Foden. Is it the English tax again? But even then, I understand where you're coming from. But even then, I still think Foden has done more than Saka has done. Even though Foden is overhyped, and I agree and I understand. I do think Foden has done more. Harry says, I will try. What time and date? Grace says Tuesday. What time? About 6:37ish. About 6:37ish on Tuesday, if that works. Stefan says Romeo Slater might be the same bot as Charlotte. Possibly. Can Romeo confirm or deny that? Klopp built a team of these workhouse. Yeah. Now our players go to fashion shows, and I'm like, bro, if you want to go to a fashion show, no problem, but not like in between games. Can you focus on training? Yeah, it's like every time, because I get like genuinely worried because Liverpool don't have any other right back. Ooh, Doku just skipping past Saka like Saka's not there, and let's be honest, Saka isn't there most of the time. But yeah, whenever Frimpong goes down, it's the most painful tackle ever, and it's like, really, every time? Can't hurt that much every time. I agree with the user. City is saving football. We're so bad, I have to get enjoyment from watching Arsenal lose. Yeah, same here. Same here. They're writing City on the trophy now, so it's a bit late. It's a bit late for for Arsenal to get a goal. Yeah, 100%. Same here. I'm getting enjoyment from all the sad Arsenal fans in the crowd, the ones that are still there. De Gea was good. To be like, when they signed him, he wasn't all that, but I think he kind of developed into a very good keeper. I remember they were criticized when they signed him, but over a couple of years, he did become very good. Could have saved the Titanic, says De Gea. He could have. Let's hope De Gea didn't bring Harry Maguire with him, though, because if De Gea saved it from the iceberg, he could still direct it into Harry Maguire's head and the Titanic would still collapse. Yeah, probably about 7ish. Bailey's very happy. Most headed celebrations. City don't even seem kind of overly kind of fussed about this, to be honest. Stefan says, can you do an impression of Ange, mate? Doing an impression of a Jody man. Ange Jody man. I can't do the two at the same time. And again, I'm aware they're not very good. Doing an impression of Gary Neville. And then that'd be the most I could do is two at once. And they're not very good. Yeah, it'll probably be Tuesday about 6:30. Depends what time I finish work. But probably around 6:30ish. Yeah, PM, yeah, not AM. What competition is this again? I think Mr. Default has answered that by saying, let's be real, who cares about this competition? Nobody, to be honest. Nobody really cares. But it's nice for Arsenal not to win. Grace's battery is dying. No worries, take care, Grace. I will also go in about a couple of minutes because I've done no exercise today. Abu says this game is already done. Why you can't dance still? That is a good question, but equally, why is there a syringe in your username? What's that about? This proves Arsenal are rubbish. Indeed it does. Yeah, Carabao Cup, League Cup, whichever way you're inclined. Haaland looks delighted. Donnarumma is very happy. Louis is potentially also very happy. Louis says, yo. FA Cup, Premier League, and European competitions I care about. I'm the same. The FA Cup, I don't care too much about, but I hear where you're coming from. I hear where you're coming from. Like, for argument's sake, if Arne Slot was to win the FA Cup, I would still sack him. But if he wins the Champions League, I think that's a more difficult conversation, should we say? It's interesting because on ITV1 they're showing Carabao Cup, and on ITV2 they're showing Britain's Got Talent. And Saka could also not be on ITV2 either because he has no talent. They're also showing the Only Way is Essex. I don't know if that's where Saka's from. King Sloth, are you in Italy at the moment or are you back? Says football wins, chessable fails. Football wins and everybody wins and humanity wins. Humanity also wins. Decency also wins. So we are very happy about that. It was quite funny because we had Man United fans, we had Man City fans, we had Liverpool fans, we had Newcastle fans, we had fans of Bolton, we had fans from all different teams, and everybody was supporting Man City, which you absolutely love to see. Your Ange impression, mate, and the timer, and my love for Cody Gakpo are what make you come back. That's good to hear. I will have to be even nicer about Cody Gakpo. I think I said something really harsh about him today. I think I said, if I was the tree that created the oxygen for that Cody Gakpo breathes in, I would hope to get turned into a dining room table because I don't deserve to exist. I think that might have been a bit harsh, but I was impressed that I made that up on the spot. But anyway, City have won. Justice has been served. I'm going to go do my exercise because I'm quite low on calories burned. Probably be back for Brazil, France. Probably Brazil, France on Thursday, which might be good. Before I go, King Sloth says, if you love that football, Arsenal, you're anti-football, 100%. It was so boring. Like you'd expect a final to kind of be kind of exciting. You'd expect a bit of energy. You'd expect a bit of life to feel like, you know what, I'm glad I watched it. But it's just so defensive. And even when he was making changes, he was bringing Martinelli on, and it's like, who cares about Martinelli? He was bringing Calafiori on, a defender. It's honestly like, what is this rubbish? But yeah, I'm glad it's over, and I'm glad City have won. But anyway, I'm gonna go now. Before I go, Vinty is loving it. Everyone's loving it. We had Man United fans, Liverpool fans, Bolton fans, Newcastle fans. Absolutely everybody was supporting City today. Yuri's loving it. Where's Declan Rice? Anyone seen him? I don't know. I can see somebody kind of sulking, thinking, why on earth did I ever leave West Ham? Is that him? It would be so funny if he kind of wins more trophies at West Ham than he ever won at Arsenal. Apple says, why were the odds much higher for City then? As in higher. If the odds are higher, that means you're not the favourite. Odds need to be lower to be the favourite. Because like with lower odds, you win less. There's Declan Rice is thinking, West Ham going to take me back. It's a bit late now, Declan. Hope you enjoyed the Conference League trophy, Meadow. You have. But anyway, as I said, I gotta go do my exercise, and gotta go do some cooking. I'm gonna cook real food, unlike the cooking that Arsenal have done today, which is no cooking at all. But anyway, have a nice weekend. See you on Thursday for Brazil versus France. Take care, guys.